Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Faze McBear and we're back in Bear Valley in City Skylines. Yeah, as you can see, I've detailed out the roundabout. There are a couple of issues with some of the roads not being in the right direction. It was one of the things that I thought was just me, but nope, other people encountered the same issue. I've blended in some of the area. I've added the winter market and some appropriate housing, and I've allowed for the road to be extended out there later on. And I've allowed for a future tram turnaround there. Doesn't, at the moment it's a normal road. So I think on this lower level, I think we can probably put in a tram line, but because of the slope of the road, wouldn't actually be able to put in a tram line further up in real life. Even other than the game, probably can. You can see I've added a series of switchbacks up here, and I've increased the suitable slope, so it is now. If we just go take the section here, oops, wrong tool. Yeah, so it's now just a consistent 8.1 all the way down. It's still not ideal. I think that would be pushing it for tram. I did lose some housing along here. I made a small retaining wall there. Another one over there just to tidy up behind the back of those houses, or the houses? Companies, sorry. So we're now left with this bit of area in here which we need to do something with. Though there's still other areas that still need focusing upon. And so I am going to. So I'm going to take up this road here. I don't think this is helping the traffic. I think this is maybe making it worse by having this connection in. So I'll just demolish all these old factories. This may make traffic temporarily worse with all the people leaving the area. Get rid of the old power plant. And get rid of these businesses, so I'm just going to straighten out this road, and I'm going to take out that road and that road. And I think there's a surface painter there, so I'll just clear that up. And now I will use the arrange it line tool, like so, and so I'm just going to take that row there and just not sure why that's not upgrading there, so I'll just do a little bit of. And here, though, I think there's quite a bit of angle, so I want to come into that road at 90 degrees, so I will just there must be okay, so I've got a stray node there, so I'll just fix the node. So resolve that issue, and so that gives that a nice 90, and we will So I had a small technical glitch there. Yeah, we'll upgrade that. And it's going to demolish that little section of road there. So I want to make that a square, but I think I'm going to have to try and get this to square off nicely. Yep, and see how to dezone all this. And one more thing I didn't do, which I have to do with anarchy. I just don't want any zoning on this side. I only want zoning on one side of the road. And that's not dezoning properly like it's supposed to. Interesting. So the official tool does not do what the actual tool should be doing. So I'll just take that off there and back to aiding our road. Oops, and nope, it's gone out of there for some reason. Yeah, so there obviously is some kind of issue with the zoning tool, because that should be only zoning one side of the road. And now it's just been weird and annoying. So I'll just do quick demo and click off. Okay, so now I need to make sure that's actually still lined up properly. And also I want to make sure it's fairly level as well. You can see it's definitely not very level. Make sure. Okay. Oh. Okay. I think we'll see if this is. Okay. So that means we've now got a frame, and we're just gonna clean this all up. So I did make a little bit of a bank there, but if I add some stones or something, that will tidy it up nicely. And let's put that back one more. Yeah, so how many jobs have we just? It's 800 jobs, and so we just eliminated quite a lot of jobs. So we're just going to rezone this area. And yep, we're going to turn this into a university with some commercial and a square. So it's going to go into my parks because I want to add a plaza in front of what will become the university. I'm going to use one of the newer ones, Industry Park, so that acknowledges the previous use of the land. So that and I'll just add. Okay, let's make sure home and turn empty key off because I don't need them anymore. And all that zoning came back like it's not supposed to have done. Mind, that's what some road, I'm not sure. Oops, and I didn't fix the zoning like I should have, but never mind. I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to put in the rows there for now, but I might just so that can be a bit of a frontage road there. And now it's going to make it a bikeway. And I think that should store this, add in all the zoning we need. And okay, I'll just have to upgrade that. Then I can revert it back and yeah. So now I've got our tree-lined roads, or future tree-lined roads, because at the moment nothing will be growing because of the pollution. And from the zoning back. Okay, so we've got a sort of basic frame. Oops, missing the zoning there. Okay. So also, although one thing I do want is I probably want everything facing to the square. Just kill zoning there and there. And let's add zoning back there. Okay, first of all, I'm actually going to add a hospital. I'm going to make it a healthcare university. So that can be a teaching hospital. And I'm going to go for the modern, the high capacity university. It's going to leave. Actually, no, I'm going to push them together. And it's doing a weird thing there. Not sure why they're not fitting together like they're supposed to. Okay. Actually, sorry, change of plan. I'm going to move this to over here for a second. Yeah, no, I think that looks better. And though I'm not really happy the way that looks, that junction there looks, so what I might do is upgrade that as well. I have to upgrade that block to fit it in better. And that looks like it's not square. Let's check the zoning. According to the zoning it is, but maybe visually that looks like it's off. I'm going to rebuild that. Oh well, it was square. Okay, now to add some zoning. Actually, we'll add might add a little bit of housing for students and staff, and commercial, and I want water-wall offices. And we've still got you can see we've got some space there. So I'm thinking, before I actually put anything in, and no, not pedestrian areas. I want actually maybe that should be a little pedestrian little area there. Sand. And it's going to draw that in and put a little service building here at the side, because I think that could be something tied up with the university. Or I can always move that later. And see, I've done a lot of cobblestone, so I might go for bluestone. Oops, and it looks like that has bridged for some reason, so I'm going to have to upgrade. Aha, it hasn't actually taken the bluestone like it's supposed to, so now I'm going to make this into shops in the middle. still. Something's not going. Something looks a little off on that road there. And I'm just gonna have to. Oops, and sorry, wrong thing. Okay, let's squared that up. Yes, I think. Oops, no. That gives some housing. And we need some more landscaping to. So that's not looking great. And add some services. Just going to add the fire safety centre. The police security centre, which is that. I wonder, I don't think this will work. No, that won't work, I realised. And I just want the upgrade, but I just want to add. I'm actually thinking that university is too close to the. Well, maybe not. Let's try to think of where I could put the parking. And yeah, no, I'm not. No, I'm not loving that. Actually, just gonna see. Yeah, no, I still don't think that looks right. That bit of road there. Ah, I know why that wouldn't fit because of the width of the road I've used. So instead of doing that, so I might just relocate those and do this instead. So I just want the traffic, the theoretical traffic, I should say, to not be coming directly onto that main road. Though I do want, yeah. Actually, no, I think that maybe it look better. You know, I think, sorry, I will have that going to the main road and eliminate this road entirely. And to relocate. So though they probably shouldn't really be on a main road, but so it's going to move this down a bit more. Let's move that, switch that to the side. I just had a thought. Since it's traffic lights there, traffic lights could be allowing cars to get in and out of the car park building without disrupting the flow of traffic too much. And I think I can always put something else over there. Maybe I'll just do this. Teeny tiny brush. And it's always hard to blend this in. Though I'll fix that with the detailing. And checking the water. And that power cable in. Yeah, and I will just do a quick save and we'll just see what happens. And let's press start. Well, that car certainly flew from wherever it was. And let's do this. And all these poor people having to wandering around. Oh, and one thing that has happened is over here. Oops, must have issues with trash. You can see some of the original houses are slowly being replaced by greenhouses. So I'll probably we'll slowly eliminate some of the older housing. So it's all. I think this would quite look really good as a high-rise area. Oops, we've still got okay. We've still got plenty of people really made unemployed. And just to help them along the way to actually raising the property value, I'm just going to add a bus station. Switch that to the side, and then I can sneak that in. That won't work because of the roading. Let's only make it one way. saying that that pedestrian area hasn't actually that solved that issue. Maybe we'll just add it, and traffic will just have to, buses have to go around. I'm just gonna make this a small loop, and then ideally that should have been on the other road. Not sure whether that's the ideal place to put a bus stop there, but see how that goes. And do we want one more? Interesting. I'm pretty sure one on those lines didn't go along there because I can't see that many stops. I remembered why. Remember, there's actually a tip where you don't. Where in real life you might have the buses using the same stop for different lines. In the game, it doesn't like that. Although here I'm going to have to make an exception because of the metro line there. Yeah, I added metro recently. It's only just for the section this higher level, and I'm going to loop that round. And as I previously said, I think you probably couldn't get a metro down here because of the slope. And we'll restart this. Interesting. Sorry, that did not take in the wall, so I'm going to have to do a quick little thing. Because no, those buildings are definitely not ones I want. See if that will grow, if they'll actually grow in. I just demolish a few at a time. sure I take them all out. That one there is fine, and yep, they're growing in again. And they're not very well, it's semi-happy in the area. And we have issues on our buses. But that seemed to correct it itself. Yeah, I had to have those water towers there. I am going to build a proper drinking water area at some stage. I found those actual towers themselves actually make a really interesting little park. Looks like a commercial demand has dropped. And our traffic is getting worse. And we can slowly run out of time. However, I will leave that at that, even though nothing is not fully grown in as I had hoped, because by using not zoning correctly. So I've hoped you've enjoyed this episode where we've built our new university, which is filling up relatively fast and hopefully improving our education level. So thank you for watching, and I hope you